Hi, good evening. Welcome to my show to improve your communicative English. There are different sections of the topic that I deliver during my every session, and this session is also you are going to be involved in loving one poem of John Keats, A Thing of Beauty is a Joy Forever. Of course, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. About the poet, John Keats was a British romantic poet. Although trained to be a surgeon, he decided to devote himself wholly to poetry. And A Thing of Beauty is an excerpt from his poem. This poem is based on Greek legend in which Endymion, a beautiful young shepherd and poet who lived on Mount Latmos, had a vision to Cynthia, the moon goddess. The enchanted youth resolved to seek her out and so wandered away through the forest and down under the sea. And this poem, I just want to make a demo of the presentation to you. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pause into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us. And a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow, are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth? Some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils with a green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make gains the hot season. The mid-forest brake, rich with your sprinkling of fair musk, an endless fountain of immortal drink, being unto us from the heavenly brink. So I think the beautiful poem written by John Keats delivers a lovely message to us. The poet has been describing the thing of beauty is the joy forever. What does he mean? Always, if we are surrounded to such a beautiful scenario of the beautiful brook, lovely pond, the greening pasture, and also the tallest mountains and the chirpy birds, the green paddy field, and the folk song would be so lovely for us to listen. How many of us really could ever forget the beautiful early rise of the sun in the morning? And the early sunrise in the morning always gives us more joy. That time alone we do exercise. We go for jogging and we feel very much happy, and we are very active to connect our mood with the nature in loving and enjoying and listening the chirping birds around us. And the so beautiful environment of the natural sceneries make us to be ever healthy along with our active running on the way. Is it so? Always The things around us are so beautiful. But how about us? Are we ever beautiful? Keats says, only if you are healthy, your mind will be healthy. You can enjoy the nature around you. What does it mean? The healthy involvement of us doesn't really say here only the nourished fitness of our body. How do we keep our mind also to be more positive? Speaks here. If you are very positive, what do you mean by the positivity in your mind? A human being should know to love his fellow human beings so much. If he is so happy, he can make somebody also. It doesn't mean that one should keep their body alone to be fit. How can they be more glittering through their inner value of the beautiful mind alone speaks here. Life is like a shady tree. Every one of us want to enjoy ourselves to sit under the shady tree, because this shady tree gives us the more warming relaxation to keeps us very much happy to have a beautiful sleep, and that sleep will definitely be highly comfortable, and it comprises of the sweetest dream that one could ever even watch, because a man is so happy during his sleep, and he must have a peaceful sleep. If he keeps his mind to be ever beautiful, in not harming himself, the sleep will be the result of him to keep himself off from all worries. After all, this world is only giving us the shortest travel, and we are the travelers. We travel in this world for the smallest duration. In it, there are more beautiful things to be enjoyed around us. Of course, all of us really love the beautiful natural sceneries around us, but the most specific inner self of us to be ever beautiful. For it, I could connect your mind with the imaginative event of a narration. Once there was a boy waiting for an interview. He was called for an interview in the northern district. So he was very much tired, and he was waiting for the bus, for his van in the bus stand. But his bus had not properly arrived, even the cab also had not come in time. Suddenly he could see one beautiful girl who was coming by that side, and she was driving her car. Suddenly she could find some default in her car, and she was about to seek the help of somebody. So our hero was a volunteer in giving her, in extending good help to her, because he was so good in car mechanism, and he could do everything very well. Already, as he was an engineer, mechanical engineer, and he was so practically an expert to do all this work by helping his father, who was a mechanic. He could give his timely hand to such a lady to get herself relieved from the pain, the problem of such an occasion. But no sooner had she got the help from him, she was so thankless in rushing her car from the place. But the boy was so upset because the time was fleeting, and he could take such a riskless minutes to involve in an operation to make a car to be ready. But that lady, who was so beautiful, could not even give thanks to him, and she went away. And she was terribly disappointed. There were only some minutes for him to attend such an interview, as none of the sources could help him. He could find one lady who was an auto driver, came nearby to him. And that lady could accommodate him in his auto to help him to reach the place in time. Even if he could not give her proper money, she was waiting, and she had received him with welcome to cheer him up with the right spirit, and he could get through the interview. He was so happy. And while he was about to listen her tragic story, she only caught up into a fire accident while she was about to save her father, but she couldn't save him, even if, in spite of all of her strongest involvement to get himself off from the fire accident. On hearing the tragic story of her, he was much moved with her pleasantable heart, how kind her heart could be realized by him, and he married her. Now you see, totally this girl's face was disfigured and she was ugly, but he was interested to marry her as she was very much helping him at the right minute, because the love really has been delivered through the beautiful heart of a person, not through the appearance, because appearances are deceptive. And the thing of beauty is the joy forever, as Keats states here, the valuable kindness of her heart, the quality of mercy is not strained, it droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven. Is it so? So she also could prove a quality of mercy through a reflex action of the correct help she provided to him during, with the time sense, with the right spirit of courage. She helped him to let him reach the interview spot, and also she helped him in not receiving the money too, because she was waiting for him to get him back to the right place. Even if, let it be an imaginative incident, on hearing it we are very much moved with the girl's beauty. By comparatively speaking about the former's beauty's appearance of the deception, we give more value for the inner glow of the woman's heart by qualitatively giving very good marks for the auto driver, the woman auto driver, who could possibly prove a good help of reflection of her inner smile, that is a beauty, because face is an index of the mind, and even if her face has been burned terribly, disfigured, totally disfigured, she could possibly help him through a inner self of the good courage and kindness. If the human mind has been always filled with the positive emotions of the charismatic energy and the kindness, and to help the people in the right time, and always to be so practically helping everybody with the selfless friend, and to travel in this world without mask, to her without betraying anybody, with the correct good appeal and attitude of the frank emotions, it gives him ever enjoyable beauty, because a person need not wear any mask to another friend, and a friend in need is a friend indeed is also the beauty of a friendship. Is it so? It is also the best thing of a beauty, because the friendship really gets strengthened with the inner love of the beautiful interactions, in which way they prove their good help in their timely need. If they would know, if they could understand if their friends are in a dangerous and risky situation, if they are in such a disaster, if they know to help them in time, to relieve them from the panic emotions, They are the good friends. This shows their emblem of the beautiful appeal in them. Not to leave them in isolation and to betray a person and to be more cunning and deceptive in their attitude to fail them during their expectation of, in the risky situation. Actually, none of the friends expect help from anybody. But by understanding that they are in a difficult situation, a friend should know to give his hand in time. Is it so? Without wearing any mask. If his inner self of beauty would speak at the right time to relieve a person from that entangled, dangerous situation, he is a real friend, and his charismatic energy glitters in his friendship. Is it not? So love alone speaks are there to bind a very good gel to another person to prove his inner self of the charismatic energy. So here alone the beauty speaks. The beauty speaks with the beautiful heart of the positive emotions. But the people are always, they just want to attach themselves with the wreath of the cover of the greeny and flowery blossoming materialistic things around them. It is not at all permanent. Everybody, the life is uncertain. If we keep on give more values, glowing values for the materials and the strengthening exposure of much materialism in avoiding the good qualities of humanity, there is no need of printing and branding oneself to be so beautiful. The beauty is not at all in the exposure of the deceptive appearance. It is in the mind of an energetic person. If a person knows to give energy to a person who is distressed, he is an energetic person. If he has more courage and willpower to cross upon all the hurdles in his life with lots of challenges, with the brave, full of smile of willpower in him, he is the beautiful person, the most handsome person in the world. If he knows to encourage everybody with the power of energy, to pat on his back and to console his emotions, he is a wonderful person. He is a person who has the beautiful appeal of handsome attitude in it. So the beauty is not at all here which has been attached to the skin deep. It is in the inner heart of a person. How the heart can be courageous, how can it be hardened with the sensible emotive appeal of willpower, how can it be strengthened with the very practical ability to empathize with everybody, to prove himself as a correct person, to extend his help to everybody, then he can be a charismatic person of the beauty. Because the materialistic energy can be only short-living. Where about all the natural disaster? It would easily fade away. And if a person will be highly attached with the sense of materialism, if it will only short live and short print his memory for everybody. If he is a very kind person, if he is a very courageous person, if he has the qualities of willpower and involvement to help everyone in time, with an inner self of beauty to glow, with the lotus of laughing or the smiling, his smiling will have more fragrance to be garlanded as a jasmine flower to his surroundings, to smell him so easily as a ever non-fading jasmine flower in the mind of everybody. Because the paper flowers are not at all beautiful. Paper flowers cannot be beautiful. It doesn't have any sense of the fragrance at all in it. But the natural jasmine flowers are ever beautiful. And we want to surrender ourselves to the Lord's feet with our inner beautiful qualities alone. So if we know to give our very kind enough proficient help to somebody with our beautiful heart, and we know to smile with our inner print of beauty, if we are not at all cunning to anyone, if we are very frank and good in our attitude to help everybody, and if we know to keep the principle and the special prophecy in us to abide with the greatest universal view of forget and forgive, if we know to love even our enemies by not at all trending them to be enemies, and to just forget the negative attitude and qualities and to take them as our mere friends, the fragrance of the real beauty smiles in us to prove our portrait as the best photo to be ever remembered by the community, because the socially useful and productive people could be plentifully framed, proved through their inner energy, so that the beautiful song of Keats doesn't even tell about the materialistic beauties to be proved here. Only the immaterialistic beauties are alone shaped by him to enjoy this universal eternal joy. Eternal joy is always there if we know to respect our inner beauty, because the inner beauty has lots of its nourishing qualities with it. If we know to help a person in their distress, if we know to encourage everybody with our energetic words, if we are very good in mastering the kind and beautiful words, because with the power of words we can kill somebody, with the power of words we can master our mind to energize a person. But the words should have to come from our mind, and it should be the artist's reflection to prove our print of self-dedication and devotion and good quality of the human print to develop this mankind. Because we can take Mother Teresa, how she is ever beautiful, how she is ever beautiful, how beautifully she has proved her inner self of sacrifice to everybody, and how the superhuman personalities proved their greatest life for everybody, how the greatest poets, the greatest philosophers, the greatest superhuman personalities had provided the self-print of dedication for the world to glow. How about the greatest scientists? You could take the voluminous involvement of the greatest beauty, really prove their inner self of beauty to be glown in the world with a print of the selfless dedication for this world to glow. Here only the beauty speaks, and it is not at all in any person's appearance. The appearances are deceptive. Negative-minded people may wear more masks, and through that their inner self of the beauty cannot glow. The inner self of beauty is only in the heart of the kindness, and God is love. Unconditional love alone speaks about the glory of it. And the dedicated, blossoming works of the charming involvement of productivity can speak its beauty. And if we don't have any poisonous negative emotions or the qualities in us, we can enjoy the beautiful river, and we can praise the natural scenario, and we can also one among the folk dancers to dance and sing the beauty of the nature. Nature is so beautiful, And the quality of mercy is not strained. It drops a gentle rain from heaven. How really does it shower from the heaven to reach all the places in the world, to make it more cherishing and healthy, and to make that to be productive and fertile. Our heart also should be fertile with the pure thoughts, very good emotions, and the positive emotions can keep us ever beautiful, and with our print of the very great smile, we can win the favor of everybody with our good and pure reflection of the beautiful actions, because those actions born from the very good thoughts. If our mind will be filled with the good thoughts, it will be really proved with our good actions. And all the leaders are proving their good actions, and we must appreciate their beautiful mind, and we are supposed to follow the print of the valuable path they walked upon, and we must know to follow the print of dedication, and we should follow the principles of those great leaders to keep our mind to be ever beautiful. If our mind will not have any greed and ugly thoughts of cunningness and avariciousness and to harm somebody, it is so clean. So cleanliness is next to godliness, and our mind should be so clean, and let us keep our mind to be very beautiful, to be very clean, to give a print of a smile to the world like the shower of rain. So that alone, and then alone we can do good work to the society. And once again, I thank everybody for watching this session. To keep yourself to be very much familiar with this Keats poem, and how Keats respected the language and lingual power of very good emotions, and the beautiful efforts of creativity lies in writing the good poems, because writing a good poem is the finest joy to connect our mind to the heavenly joy, and you can describe any beautiful informations of the creativity of this world's greatest assets. The world has more profoundable beauty of assets in it. Try to write all the things on your own way, like the Keats poem, because a thing of beauty is a joy forever. And always you must be so beautiful to keep your mind to be highly energetic and cherishing and more challenging and more courageous and more truthful and more honest, and be a very great warrior to go with your struggles of challenges to prove your print of dedication in your good work. Be always beautiful with your positive mind. Think positive, be positive, and be a positive person to win the favor of everybody in the world. First of all, win the favor of your own heart, because your conscience alone is the best judge to give grade and certificate to yourself. So please understand, you are so beautiful by standing in front of the mirror to glorify yourself, to aggregate your great values in the world, because a thing of beauty is in you, which is a joy forever. And be a beautiful leader to this world. Be an example and a role model with your charismatic qualities. And please follow all these sessions hereafter too. Give your likes and comments also, which can encourage me to go with my next successive sessions. Thank you for watching this session, and thanks a lot. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Thank you.